Okay, so I want to talk about, and I hope my presentation about the marketing and social media strategies are going to link with what the other speakers have said, because I think there are so much synergy that we can actually learn from. And I hope you're going to enjoy this presentation. So if we look at services and versus products, why do I put up this? We always tend to forget that we actually do have services as well as products. And what are the difference between the two? Services are intangible. So we can't touch it. We can't use any of our senses to actually have or explain a service. A service is all about the experience that you have. And we often tend to forget that the first impression tends to last the longest. And that is so important, because when you enter into a service environment, and so many of our businesses are in the services industry, like our financial institutions, personal care, government, real estate, etc. And in the service environment, if you create that very first bad impression, that is the impression that potential clients or clients will think about in the back end of their minds the whole time. How do we compare services with products? Products are tangible, so we can use our senses, we can use all our senses to actually touch or feel or taste products. Cars, bottles, houses, there are many. We know how many there are. But did you know, across the world, 76% of our contributions towards GDP comes from services. And that is why services are so important. Even if you purchase a product, there is a service attached to it. Just think, you're going to the bottle store to get a can of a beer or whatever you're going to purchase. But if the teller provides a bad service, what are you going to think? Gee whiz, I don't like this shop. I may not return to that shop, despite the product that you purchased, despite the fact that the product was on sale. So service is extremely important. Again, why do I hammer on the services? Because when we do marketing, we use services also to promote our products and to market our products. Now, we've heard some bad news this morning as well, and we know so many of our businesses, our chambers, are really at dire straits because of the COVID and because of the economy worldwide, globally. So why do we still need to market? Why is marketing important? You may feel, I lack new inquiries into the business, spending plenty, but there's no return or very little return. You don't know what's working and what isn't. You struggle to stay focused. You can't understand your target audience. You don't have a real strategy, and your marketing is just scattergun all over. Your team is inexperienced and needs strategic guidance. You feel you've reached a plateau, and you really need a mentor you can trust and provide ongoing support. Now, I think it was John that mentioned the mentorship programs. So there are mentors available. But the fact is, we still need marketing. And if you experience any of the above bullets, there may be many more, but these are just some that I've summarized. You need to think further. Part of marketing includes advertising. So why am I talking about advertising? Do we really need advertising? Oh, yes, you do. You definitely do. But you need to do it differently. You need to think out of the box. And remember, every business or chamber is different. Yes, you may be in the same sector or in the same industry or have the same product as many competitors, but you are still different. Just remember, With people, everyone has got his own or her own DNA. Nobody on this earth is exactly the same as you are. Even the clones that they nowadays produce, they are not exactly the same as you are. DNA differs. And as it differs for people, so does it for your business or your chamber. So never think, oh, but my competitors, they already do it. And so they do exactly the same as I do. Why am I bothering? No, you're wrong. You are different. Your culture is different. And so many things within your company may be different. The people that you employ, they are different. Everybody, and that is why. And all those elements are making up a business or a chamber. And that is producing difference. However, your clients also have different needs. There are different challenges that we as marketers or business owners or chamber chairpersons, chambers, members, boards experiencing. So how do we address those? What do we need to do? To be really different, you need to understand STP. Now, what does that mean? STP stands for segmentation, target market, and positioning. So first of all, you really need to segment your market. Now, what am I talking about? Segmentation means you look at the demographics of the type of target market that you want to address. You look at the geographical spread. You look at lifestyles of those people. Where will they fit in? What are their occupations? How can I really get them to use my product or my service? From that segmentation base, once you've done that and you know, okay, I want to target maybe females or or males, that is your target market. We may even choose different age groups, toys for kids, other services for others. Once you've identified that, you need to position yourself. Do I want to be a leader in this field or industry that I'm currently in? Or am I just going to be a follower? And you know what? It's not wrong to be a follower. IBM, for example, when they just got off the ground ages ago, they sat back. Little company starting off the ground. But they watched what Apple, later on Microsoft and those companies, the big ones, what are they doing? What mistakes are they making? How can I learn from them? That way, I save on research and development. I save on so many errors that I could have made, but because I waited and I follow what they did, I am much more successful. And you know, nowadays, IBM, one of the most successful companies in technology. So it's not wrong to be a follower. It's also important to realize that when we talk about advertising, and you will see why I refer to advertising in the next slide. Just remember traditional advertising versus below the line advertising. Traditional above the line, very expensive. If you want to target masses of people with your excellent product or your excellent service, then you can use traditional marketing. And that is when you advertise on radio, TV, so much more expensive than below the line. Below the line, you build relationships. You really talk to people. You really build a relationship with your potential clients and then in the end your clients. Because remember, it's so much cost effective to retain a client than to get new clients all the time. And that also links on with what John and Robert said in their presentations about digitalization, about entrepreneurship, about building those relationships, talking to your clients or your chamber members. And that is below the line. So what strategies do we need? Do we really need to strategize? We have to realize nothing is for free. Even if you use social media that I'm going to talk about just now, it is important that to note, nothing in this world is for free. You have to give something. Time equals money. The little time you spend on just Google something is costing you money. You could have done something else that you could charge a client for. So everything is costing something. You also need to be different. So when you approach clients, think of how can I address this in a different way? And I promise you, there are always ways that you can actually be different. Strategize. Don't just decide, okay, now I'm going to make masks, but you don't think through the whole process. Now, I'm just going to get a piece of cloth, cutting it. Oh, what am I going to use for strings? I don't know, maybe a little just rubber bands or whatever. But before you just jump into something, think carefully, how am I going to do it? What do I need, etc. Also, look for opportunities. Where are there gaps in the market? Your business may be at a very, very low at this stage. But I promise you, if you just look around, there will be another opportunity. There is some gap somewhere that you will be able to address and to fulfill. It's also important to realize that you have to give to be able to receive. Even if it's your time, but you need to give something to get something in return. Very important as well, stay within the budget. And that is why we have below the line marketing. That is why we can have those conversations, use other platforms where we can engage, where we can address needs of clients, which is not going to cost the company an arm and a leg. When you market yourself or your business, offer assistance, not your product. Yes, we know products that's got beautiful features and wonderful things it can do, but focus on the need of your client. Be the one that can actually help the client. So turn around maybe your usual strategies to really offering assistance. What strategies may work despite COVID and despite the fact that we are so down to at the bottom? People love to get something for free, even if it's something very small, but as long as it's worth their while. Now, why am I bringing in this? For example, if you want to obtain new chamber members, maybe you can lower the rate for the first month, just to entice them to belong to the chamber, or to your business, if you're in accounting or whatever services you provide. Just a lower rate for the first experience, to see how good your quality actually is, to see the value that they can actually offer, and to bring them on board. If it's products that you are selling, discount on the first purchase, for example. Give that little discount. I know you need the money, we all do, but that first purchase, it will have a lasting experience and a lasting impression. And your clients will feel, oh, wow, I actually got something for free. Not often that you do get that. Freebies. For example, a small gift, or if you have a sponsor, there are so many companies, these big corporates, they sit with all this marketing material, little USB sticks, key rings, whatever. And to you, it may look stupid, but I promise you, if you offer those things and attach a value to them, when you promote that on your social media or on your website or wherever you do promotions, you will see how many people would actually enroll to get that freebie. Because as I said earlier on, nothing is for free. So if you are offering something that's actually for free, they're still going to give something, but they will feel, wow, I got something for free today. What you also can do, small businesses, collaborate, not with your competitor, but people in the same category, for example, or in the same environment, or in the same shopping center or shopping mall. Maybe you're a hairdresser and next to you is a coffee shop. Strategize with that person, collaborate and say, okay, hairdresser, I'm going to ask the coffee shop, please, can I have a coupon for a free coffee that I can offer my clients? Obviously, you're going to get new clients because they want that cup of coffee. I know there are hairdressers that are offering coffee, but now with COVID, it's difficult. You can't actually do it. Many hairdressers had to stop that practice. But be clever. Get the coupon from the coffee shop. They can just go next door and get the coffee. Maybe on the menu of the coffee shop, they've got a breakfast for free. A breakfast and then a coffee for free. But now on top of that, offer something else that they can get free on the menu. That way, both businesses will benefit, the hairdresser as well as the coffee shop. There are so many other examples that I can give you, but I don't have enough time. Rather merge, even with your competitor. Now you're going to say, what? Are you completely mad, crazy woman? No, no. Think carefully. Please, before you decide to liquidate your business, explore possible opportunities to rather merge than to get rid of your business completely. If you can merge even with a competitor, but you can still win both ways, that will be the ultimate solution. So rather than just decide, oh, I'm so down, there's nothing else I can do, I'm just going to liquidate. Rather, consider every single other option. And as I suggested, maybe a merger. Let's get to social media. We heard John spoke about the social media and Robert with these systems that they can assist electronically, digitally with payments, etc. platforms. And here I'm excluding websites because a website for your business is non-negotiable. You must have a website. What I want to talk about, social media. Now you may feel, do I really need social media? I completely hate Facebook. I don't like engaging on social media. And there are so many. Just look at the graph there. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Oh my goodness, who do I choose? How do I choose? Now, let me tell you, and some of you may completely disagree with me, but 2 winning sites that you will see on the next slide is critically important. Why do we need social media? Because it's global. People, the world is our oyster. Global. It's global. If we market traditionally, we're not going to reach everybody. We're going to miss so many potential clients. But on social media platforms, the whole world has access to it. But now, how do we choose our social medias? And that I will tell you. And as I said, I'm going to focus on 2. And it's also important. With social media platforms, you can get contact details of people that you can directly market to, directly engage with. And that is why going digital is so important. Social media tops. However, it's very important to determine which site to use. And the 2 that I'm going to promote today, LinkedIn and Facebook. And as I said, I'm not downplaying any of the others, but these are the 2 still most effective, user-friendly, and connected to the larger population numbers. LinkedIn, use it for professional services. Yes, you do get hairdressers and all the other personal type of services you do get on LinkedIn. But if you're going to look at the LinkedIn profiles, the majority of those are professional type of businesses. Now, what do I mean by that? Accounting, any other service that you offer, business plans, business coaching, those kind of things that you can do for other businesses. LinkedIn, business to business. And I'm not talking about looking for a job. That's completely different. I'm talking about you as a chamber, you as a business. Facebook. Facebook focuses so much more on personal services or products. Products like skincare, dresses, clothing, all those things. Personal services like your hairdressers, mechanical services. You see so many of these groups, people who live in whichever area, where they advertise or they ask, who is a good hairdresser? Who is a good mechanic? Where can I send my car for service? Those kind of things. And that is why I distinguish between the two. It doesn't mean that because you've got a LinkedIn profile, you don't have to use Facebook. No, 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 no. You can use both platforms and even any of the others. But for now, I want to focus on these two. And please do not forget about WhatsApp. You will be surprised how many jobs are advertised on WhatsApp groups. It is incredible. And they are high-level jobs as well, from the lowest level up to the highest level. WhatsApp is very, very important, and it's still the winning platform. Now, you may think with all the security and what was said in the media about WhatsApp and Facebook, oh my goodness, I just want to stay away from it. Nonsense. Your information is still protected. However, at the back end, these services and any of these social media platforms, Telegram, what's that new one, Signal, all those, use what you post to see where your interests are, so that they can, on Facebook, for example, you may have seen, gee whiz, I get messages or suddenly I get information about this company and that company. And what I wonder, how did they get hold of me? Where did it come from? It's the back end. It's there. So people, we are open to the world, whether we like it or not. But it's still safe. That I promise you. They just want to engage more and more people. And actually, these platforms are helping you to engage further. When you post, and I think Robert and John also focused on this, content is critical. You cannot just post or just create a profile without being considerate about the content. Your content must be to the point, to the right target market, and that's why I spoke about the STP, because you need to know, who do I want to target? Who do I want to do business with? Who do I want as part of my business chamber? And that is why it's important that we use the correct content and get the right contact details. On LinkedIn, you know what, you don't need to post. It's useful to post something on LinkedIn, but then it must be useful information. But what is more critical, just log in regularly. You know, I've got my business on LinkedIn. I may go in onto the platform maybe once a week, or maybe if I don't have time, I go in there every 10 days. And you know what? Every time that I logged in, there are so many people that posted something on my messages. I sit with so many messages, so many friend requests. And if I go through them, they're all business owners, so many of them, the majority of them in the same type of industry than I am, but that can offer me services or who would like my services. And just by connecting those people, we get their contact details. So I didn't post anything. I just logged in. Wow, there I get all this. And then when we get the messages, they are from people that can offer you services. So learn from those people. See what they post. What do they say? And just respond to them. The majority of them, I just say, thank you so much, not interested at this stage. Or thank you, maybe at a later stage. I'll engage with you. Just respond to them, but leave them there. Don't give your email address unless you really want to engage with them. But with what they send you, they will advertise these services. They will advertise. And from all of those, you can actually learn and see what do they do wrong that you don't like? How can you improve for your own site, for your own profile that you would like to build? On Facebook, please do not just post. As I said, and John also said it, you must be careful what you post. It must be informative and it must add value and offer something that you can assist your client with or your chamber members. How can we help you? How can I help you? Rather than just put the product or service in their face and say, yeah, this is what I offer. Have that engagement, build a relationship, because then you will retain that customer and you will be surprised how many ideas and new incentives you may gather from that engagement. When you post, it doesn't need to be so serious all the time. It can be funny, but it must be related to your business and not below the belt. Not for business. If you want to do it on your personal post, do it. But I think nowadays people also get very sensitive about below the belt type of post. So please just be careful. But really, it must focus on what you can offer and make that offering to your potential clients. People, I've got so many things that I still want to share, but the time is, I don't have more time. So I just want to end with Jim Rohn's words. Oh, now I've got my photos here. Sorry, I just want to. Don't bring your need to the marketplace. Bring your skill. If you don't feel well, tell your doctor. Don't post it on the marketplace. If you need money, go to the bank, but not the marketplace. I thank you. If you want more engagement or if something that you want to ask me offline, I will provide my contact details. I saw Leandre and them will share it, but you are more than welcome to contact me for further engagement. And as I said, I still have a lot that I can tell you, but due to the limited time, that's the end. Thank you.